Exactly.
Now you have your tree up, as you mentioned, usually for a couple of months. So those gifts are going to be under the tree, and it's sort of going to be part of your decor. So you want to think about how you wrap the gifts, think about the wrapping paper you use, and make sure sort of it all works together.
I like to do that for sure. I like it all to coordinate. And you know, there's so many different looks you can go for now. Wrapping paper companies have really stepped it up with the quality of the paper and the patterns, and they know people want to mix and match.
Right.
So I've got 3 different kind of groupings of combinations here, starting with that Canadiana theme that everyone's really into right now. And what makes this grouping work is, of course, they're all along the same theme with the plaid and the moose and the other pattern at the bottom. And then this one's more of a simple pattern, which is nice as well, right? So it gives the eye a little bit of a break. And then you want to just kind of embellish it a bit and make it feel special. So you can do these little monograms on there made out of wood.
Oh, that's nice.
Right, that's fun. And then even something like this bow. Do you remember these from back in the day? Well, they still have them in packages where they come with the ribbon that you just like do with your scissors to make it all curly and everything.
Yes.
Yeah, so you can make your own. I made this one and I'm going to show you how to make one in just a minute.
I feel like you're lying. You made it yourself?
I made it myself.
It's such a perfect bow though, and she's actually going to show you how you can make that.
And it's
beautiful.
Incredibly easy. So that's
great.
kind of one color scheme, and that's a little bit of, I guess, more masculine, maybe more child friendly.
Okay.
And then I couldn't come here without a pastel situation,
of course
right?
Not.
So that's my scene for sure. And what makes these work together is that they're all of a similar palette. They're all really soft, pretty colors. And then if you want to tie them together a little bit more, you know, you can bring the pink out by adding a flower to this one, which I love. I just used a glue gun and glued it on there. I love adding ornaments to gifts as embellishments.
Nice?
It's really pretty. And then, I mean, you can just take it off and tie a little ribbon to it and hang it on their tree. So that's something that they're going to have even if they re-gift the present.
There you go. They have a keepsake forever.
Yeah. And these bows, I don't know if you're ever on Pinterest, you see these everywhere. And these are also really, really easy to make. It's just a paper bow. And you can find templates for that online very easily.
Okay, lovely. Yeah. I like these 3 together.
You know what?
I think that works really nicely.
That's my favorite combination. Yeah. So these papers are actually from Minted. The first several were from Chapters, but I love how it's got the black background. It's a little bit unexpected. And they work together again because you're varying the scale of the pattern here. So you've got this oversized pattern in the middle, breaking up these 2 smaller patterns. And then you just add it all together with a bow and it just makes it feel really beautiful. Here's a tip for wrapping your gifts. I save boxes all the time because
never bags, huh?
I never use bags.
You never?
I never use bags.
What if you find bags that are like beautiful and they match the wrapping as well?
Then I buy more of the wrapping because I obviously would really like it.
Got it.
But I just save boxes, and so I don't even want to tell you what some of these boxes actually are, but if they're the right shape,
you'll take it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's sometimes funny to see someone unwrap this beautiful gift and see the box, you're like, thanks for this.
It looked good.
But then they open up the box and see something really beautiful inside, so it all works. But
okay, God, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
Use whatever boxes you have.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about cutting the wrapping paper. We talked a little bit on the show before about measuring properly before you cut.
Right.
We haven't talked about different tools to cut with, though.
Well, this is it. Of course, you can use a nice sharp pair of scissors, but if you want a really, really straight edge, you get one of these self-healing mats that you can get at any craft store, and I love this bad boy right here. It's a Rotary Cutter. It looks like a little.
Hold that up for us just for a second, because we need to take in the genius of this.
It looks
it's like a pizza cutter.
Right, and it pops in and it pops up.
Nice.
And then you just take a clear ruler's best.
Okay.
And you honestly, you just give it a little bit of pressure.
It's like an X-Acto.
It is. It's like a fancy X-Acto knife.
But what took them so long to make it round? Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing that makes it smooth like butter.
I know. I don't know
when
why.
you use an X-Acto, it's like, and that's
so
just
true.
like,
and it takes no effort, honestly.
It's so good.
So it's great. And then my tip for making sure your sides are really smooth is I use a glue gun. I don't use tape. I use a tape for, let's say, sorry to reach across you. I use a tape for this seam along the bottom and then glue gun underneath here so you don't see any tape on the package at all.
Well, can I still open it?
Oh, yes. It's almost easier to open.
That is amazing. Okay, that's a good tip. All right, so we've cut, now let's embellish.
Okay, so there's all kinds of embellishments that you can do, from beautiful ribbons. I love adding flowers. You don't have to go with a really super Christmassy theme. Again, really pretty ornaments that look like wreaths are fun.
Yes,
but let's see if I can.
Fringe. Let's do the bow.
Let's see if we can do the bow. So all you need for this are 3 1-inch by 12 inches pieces of paper, okay?
So you've cut all of these, probably using that magnificent tool over there.
I actually use my paper cutter because I'm one of those people that has, you know, everything at my disposal at home.
she's a professional crafter,
I am. So then you just do this.
I missed everything you just did.
I know. I'll show you again.
So you just put it into...
You fold it over. So you loop it and turn it. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can see that.
Glue gun it under. Okay. Loop it. and turn it.
She's almost making like a sort of a figure 8 type of situation.
That's exactly what it is,
right?
if I could get it right. Yep.
And then it's a lot of glue gun.
And it is a lot of glue gun. You can use a stapler for this too, but I couldn't find my staples, you guys. So
I'm gonna
that's
help
why
you.
I used a glue gun. And then you just layer them on. So there's 3 of the largest size, the 1 by 12. You do the same thing again
Yeah.
with 1 inch by 10 inch. Again, 3.
So you keep doing it on smaller and smaller paper, well not smaller and smaller, shorter and shorter cuts of paper so that it goes into
So it's really just those 2 layers though. So you have 3 of this size to make your base.
Do you see how it's shaping up?
Right?
So I know we're going to run out of time,
Yeah, we are.
but this is the beginning of what will be.
So you do 1 more layer at the 1 by 10, and then for the top in the middle, you just do a loop. I think it's 1 by 5
We're going
inches.
to put all of this on our website. So can you do this for our web?
Absolutely.
We're putting it at cityline.ca so you can see the instructions. I'm so blown away by this little bow. I love it. So you can make your own and you can make them whatever color you want.
So they coordinate.
Love that. Let's go to break. We've got more coming up.